Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 2 of season 2 of Halo the series. The first episode pretty much serves as a soft reset of the show up until this point. There are some lingering threads that they obviously can't completely untangle, but for the most part, a lot of the concepts that were set up were just completely discarded from season 1. I'm definitely going to go into this season with an open mind, like I said in the first video, and I like a lot of what was set up. Obviously, there was still a little bit of a jank, but there was a lot of stuff that I did enjoy throughout the episode, especially that opening and close, and a lot of the intrigue that was kind of seeded throughout, with the way the UNSC is kind of showing its cracks, as well as this propaganda machine that is kind of keeping the truth away from the citizens, and then this new person coming in here to take over the Spartan program from Halsey, who's not really taking any of this seriously and isn't taking any of Chief's observations or stories seriously because of what happened in season 1 with him interfacing with the artifact, with McKee, with having Cortana implanted in his brain and then extracted from his brain. Obviously, they're wondering about his mental state, and while he is hallucinating, he has seen some things that are very pivotal and important to what might be coming around the corner. So I'm very curious to see what happens with that, because his stories do sound insane from somebody who doesn't know all of the pieces of the puzzle. On top of that, planets are just being glassed left and right, magical, removed from the equation altogether. Kwan is still around though. She managed to survive. She's up there with Soren's family now, though he's out of that picture. So I don't know where that leaves everybody. You know, I'm very curious to see what happens moving forward. So let's go ahead and jump in. If you want to see the full length reaction, you check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes and reaction the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind the scenes footage, try to make it worth your while, since you are going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this reaction, at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into Episode 2, Sword.
2 matcha tea cookies, 2 macadamia nut, 2 shortbread.
And a blue nectarine tea. It's my favorite.
Isn't it beautiful? It's native only to Earth. In 7 months, the orange flowers are supposed to turn into big red fruits. I also have this. I think it's some kind of game. Will you teach me?
Yes, but first I'd like you to do something for me.
I've never learned how to play this game, man.
What happens when you leave here?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
I'm sure it's all right.
There's another room, a big one. I don't know what you call it. There are many doors.
What's behind the doors?
I'm not supposed to look.
Who told you not to look?
The man. You'd like him. He's very nice. He's the one who's been sending you all the gifts.
What is going on?
I need you to tell me about the man.
I don't feel very good.
Tell me his name.
I'm scared.
The man. His name. Tell me his name.
I shouldn't laugh. Is she a Flash clone? It's breaking down right in front of her.
How much longer are you gonna keep this up? They said I'm good to go. I don't even notice it most days. We both know that's not true. I'm a Spartan, Kai. We're at war. You can't put your pellet back in. It will help with the pain. They'll have to put a bullet in me first.
Ackerson thinks there's something wrong with me.
I never thought I'd miss Halsey. It's like they don't trust us.
Do you?
Do I what?
Think there's something wrong?
It's only been 6 months since they took Cortana out of your head.
It's not that.
Then what is it?
Well, they gave us our timetable. A lot can happen in 6 months, man.
I saw her.
You saw who?
McKee on Sanctuary.
McKee's dead.
I know.
I shot her myself.
I know that. What are you doing? They haven't come back yet. You know that, right?
Where's Kobold?
Look, I'm just doing my job.
So we're sent to that comms relay. They didn't take his warnings.
That doesn't belong to you, but you belong to me.
I don't think so.
Your tax says otherwise.
I would be curious to see how she got in this situation, though. Jeez. Oh, yo. Oh. Eek.
Soren's crew is not coming back. Right?
Oh, that was a good little reveal. Oh! Oh! Damn! How did she drive that into his brain like that? Good God!
Stop. I said stop.
Oh, yo!
How bad is it?
It's nothing.
Relax, no one's looking.
How would you know?
Tobias goddamn whale.
That hurt.
No. Dick,
Be nice.
don't let them see.
It's cool, I got you. You know you can't do this forever.
Spartans never die.
Cobra Kai never dies.
There's other things to be. You ever think about that?
Think about what?
Life without all this Spartan shit.
You mean a life that doesn't matter?
Oof.
Where's Cobalt?
Do you want a drink?
I want to beat your face into your fucking desk.
What about food? Do you eat?
What happened to Cobalt?
They did a good job casting Ackerson, man. He's so good at being just that sleazy, you just want to punch him in the face kind of guy.
Your account of events on Sanctuary, we were unable to corroborate it.
We'll talk to that corporal.
We spoke at length, but these things that you insist happened?
What do you think happened to them?
I think the Covenant glassed the planet. I think it was a terrible tragedy. But the fact remains the Corporal did not confirm your story. She has absolutely no recollection of what you say you encountered on Sanctuary.
That's impossible. She's lying.
Put yourself in my position, John. Given your recent behavior, would you trust you?
See, I can't, like, argue with him.
You're in danger. You, your mom.
My dad comes back. He'll protect us.
He's not coming back. Kessler.
Kwan gonna Kwan. God damn it. What is that supposed to be, damn it?
Riz, I see you. Shit! Too slow. Taking the shot. Chief!
Game over. What is it like?
What?
Losing. I would have known.
You're a son.
Because I've never lost.
Yeah, I get it.
So for me, it'll be a new experience.
Chief, make it stop.
We're going again. Riz, you're up.
Well, I can go, Chief.
I said Riz.
Chief,
What?
look at him.
You good?
Yes, Master Chief.
Something you want to say?
I don't know. We got dissent within the team. He's trying to prove they're ready. She's trying to prove she's not a hindrance. Kai sees all the bullshit that's going on and is just trying to figure out what to do. Oh.
Riz!
Okay.
Get up.
I can't. You've got to stop pushing her. We've been out here all night training. Why?
Because they're training. Our enemy is out there. They're getting close. I can prove it.
How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna find Cobalt. Run it again.
He's getting too lost in this, man.
Sometimes taking a small loss is better than trying to win. Who's the man who sent you here?
How do you know about him?
Well, these lovely gifts. Someone must be giving them to you.
Is she failing, or is she being like terminated whenever she starts to probe too much?
What's happening to me?
You're dying.
Did I do something wrong?
Look at me.
Oh God, this is so fucked up,
I'm
man.
scared.
I know. Tell me the man, his name.
What the fuck is going?
What's the point in this? I shouldn't be here.
It's the only guy that can help you.
How would you know that?
Because he's the one who saved me. When we came out of augmentation, I felt completely new. Even when people started getting sick, I was invincible. After a couple of days, there was this darkness at the edge of my vision. I just pretended like it wasn't there. I never told anybody.
Could have told me.
No, I couldn't.
Why not?
Because then you'd know I wasn't one of you. I knew I only had a few days. I didn't want to be somebody going blind. I wanted to be a Spartan, even if just for a little while. You know, the last day I could really see anything. I remember looking at all of you, how proud you were, how beautiful. Then it all went dark.
I'm a bit worried about John. Not Master Chief, but John the man. And I know how long you've been together. I know you care about him.
Kai,
Well,
God damn it.
Perhaps you might help me to help him. Have you witnessed any behavior that might indicate John could be a threat to his team? Or, God forbid, to himself?
No, sir. I just think it's a lot. Carrying everything he carries. Seeing everything he's seen. What they did to him. I just wonder sometimes if he can let the past become the past.
Do you have concerns about John's mental state?
Absolutely not, sir. The Chief is solid. He's the best we've got.
I certainly understand what he sees in you. I only hope he values your loyalty.
Yeah, he knows she's covering.
My door is always open, Kai.
But she does see.
Why didn't you tell Ackerson what you saw?
I'm sorry, this isn't a good time.
No.
Oh, wow.
I will let you go back inside, okay?
Everybody's waiting. ¿Quién es él?
He was just about to leave.
You are very large.
You're not the first to come see me. You warriors think your scars are on the outside, but they're not.
What is that?
And that's just your pain. It's okay. Your life is yours. It belongs to you. I promise you. It's yours.
What the fuck just happened?
Yo, death ratio? Come on, man. You don't play Spartan Attack?
I don't keep score.
Don't play Spartan Attack. Really?
I think I almost beat myself up.
Comms went down around the relay. Couldn't figure out what was causing it. I was scanning the band and I heard something in the interference.
What did you hear?
I don't know. I knew there was something out there. I could feel it. And Rand could feel it. And I didn't see anything. And now all my guys are gone. How do you explain that? How do you explain why that thing didn't kill me? Because you should have killed me. That's why I didn't tell Ackerson. They gave me a medal. I still don't know what it's for. Surviving? Is that all I did?
No. You heard a message. This will happen again. You'll think about it every day. Their faces pop up when you least expect. Doesn't get better, just gets further away.
I like that little moment. But should have fucking told him, man. God damn it.
It is strange. The clones all described a nice man.
Oh.
Well, we both knew I'd be here someday.
There was a pomegranate tree in my father's garden in Port Vernon, and I set his tree on fire. I have never told anyone that story. There's only one person who could know about it.
I assure you, any resemblance is pure coincidence.
Where is she?
Cortana, she's secure.
Where's John? What is it you want from me?
What I want is to introduce you to someone. This is Julia. She'll be your attendant.
The tree.
Wow. Wow. There's that thing.
Show me the flight plan for Cobalt Team's mission.
No missions associated with that call sign.
Show me all Spartan flight plans.
Is there anything else you would like to know about Dr. Halsey?
No. We can save that for later. So, have you made any progress with the problem I gave you?
Based on the data available to me, there's a 97% probability.
And with the data you've been given, are there any viable strategies you would recommend to prevent that outcome?
All of my simulations return the same result, regardless of any action taken.
So there's nothing to be done?
I can continue to run simulations.
No, that won't be necessary. I'll try and visit again.
But you won't. You can't. According to the simulations.
I know. It's just something people say.
Unknown mission. Epsilon, Eridani system.
Zoom in.
Mission time, 81 hours.
Identify call sign?
No call sign associated with this flight.
Oh, shit. Yep, they're already here. And he knows. You dirtbag. That's what the simulation was. It was like, he knows an attack's coming. He's not sharing that information. What's the chances this is going to happen? What are the chances of getting out of this? And she's like, well, we were kind of fucked.
No training?
What's going on?
The comms array on Sanctuary went down just before the Covenant attacked. Visegrad went down a few days ago, and they sent Cobalt. We're going to get them back.
So, we're cleared for combat.
Affirmative. Make ready. Panic, conduct.
He's going rogue.
What exactly is the mission?
The Covenant's on reach.
Make ready. Steady.
Pew.
First squad. Second squad.
No. Yep. Jesus, man. I mean, we are in a world where clones exist, so maybe they had a backup McKee. There's that thing. All right, well, damn. Hey guys, so if it's not obvious, I'm recording this review for this episode after the fact. In the moment, it was like 5, 6 in the morning when I was recording that reaction, and I was just already starting to feel the kind of fatigue because I didn't get any sleep really. I think I was running on like 2 hours of sleep most of that day. And by the end of it, I was just feeling like complete dog shit. I decided to just cut it after the episode ended, and I was just going to come back and give my thoughts because I don't know if it showed in the reaction at all. You know, it was a slower episode, and, you know, with the fatigue setting in, I'm not sure if that weighed on or skewed my reactions, but because it was a little bit slower, you know, after that premiere episode, which really kind of was pretty ramped up for the most part, and what it was dealing with the incoming threat, with the opening sequence, with the end shot, and everything kind of in the middle. This one, there's a lot of more somber moments, and I was still engaged. I was still locked in, but I don't know. I don't know if I was as expressive as I could have been, so I do apologize for that. Though there was that twist there at the end, that reveal that was kind of intriguing, and the way they revealed the Cobalt team thing was really well done. And I gotta say too, on the second watch through, when I was doing the edit for this, I did end up seemingly enjoying the episode a lot more the second time. My favorite parts of the episode, what I remember from that initial watch, like there was a couple things that didn't bother me at all when I watched it the first time, despite how I was feeling. And a lot of that was the moments with Riz and her dealing with her trauma, her recovery, and how she's trying to push through that pain because of the way they've been kind of programmed, the way it's ingrained in them to be Spartans, to be the best you can be, and anything less than that is inferiority. And I love that we got this moment with Marvin Jones, of all people. He popping up here was a great little surprise as a washed out Spartan who went through the augmentation and it just didn't stick. You know, he got to feel that high of being like this superhuman for a little bit. Some get immediately crippled. Some don't even get that taste, but he got to taste a little bit of it. And I honestly don't know what's worse, getting that power and losing it or never getting it at all. One could kind of look on each side of that and kind of make an argument. But I like that he was like, in that moment, he felt powerful, but at the final thing he saw before he lost his sight, and he lost his sight. You know, there are much worse fates for some of the people that went through the Spartan 2 program. So the dice roll was a little kinder to him than it was to other people, but I like the kind of idea and the kind of perspective that he gets to share with Riz. You know, she's still up. She's still a Spartan. You know, she's just got to take the time to let her body heal. And, you know, he can recommend somebody to her to help her through this, you know, the physical elements as well as the emotional and spiritual elements of that as well. You heal the mind, you heal the body. So I like that they kind of leaned into that, though I don't know if there was like a more metaphysical thing going on here. I know there are some elements of that within the Halo lore itself. You know, there is this undercurrent of destiny that is kind of involved, not so much like the Force or anything of the sort, but there is this kind of undercurrent or energy that does kind of connect all these different things, and a lot of that is what allows humans to interact with these artifacts, among other things. So I'm not sure if that's what that was leaning into, or if it was just supposed to be this awakening because she's lost her pellet. It's a reconnection with her body's feelings, her nervous system, her mind, her spirit, and being able to feel that pain and then let it go. And there's a couple of ways you can read into that. I wasn't too sure in the moment either way how that was supposed to go, but it was a beautiful scene, especially all of her interactions with Jones. Kai is in this interesting predicament right now because she's the only person just kind of facing things as they are. Vanek is kind of just there, you know, talking shit, be like, hey guys, I don't lose, I never lose. You know, blah, 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 talking about his goats and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's just kind of chilling, doing his own thing. Meanwhile, Kai is just kind of seeing John fall suit to this paranoia, and he's right to do so. He's going to be correct. We know that as much. He's also withholding information. He's also going outside the bounds of command. So we know how this team works, and he's kind of, I don't know, with everything that's going on with Ackerson, with everything that Kai is observing, with John's seeming irrationality, because, you know, his story does sound crazy, until he's proven right with any kind of physical evidence, it's more than likely going to be too late. But Kai's seeing him act like this, and she's questioning it. Him pushing Riz while ignoring the fact that she's not ready to be out in the field at all. But he's trusting the team. He's trusting Riz to know her limits, but Riz is ignoring her limits. Like, she's reached that point. So now we're going into the field, and Riz isn't, well, it's after her little treatment session, so I don't know if she's going to be 100% or at least capable in the fight, or she'll be a detriment or a hindrance. I don't know. But Kai sees these cracks forming in the team, and she's not sure how to deal with it. At the same time, though, when she had the opportunity to put forth any of her doubts, any of her questions, she did stand by Chief. So I gotta respect her for that. But Ackerson, man, he knows Chief is right. He knows. Like, I know he's a sleazebag, and I know he's got this weird contentious relationship within Oni and with Halsey. They kind of are rivals in a sense, but I like the way that they're kind of seeding all these different things. And the fact that, you know, there's this open bounty for Halsey, but the fact is, Oni has her. They already have her. You know, they got her locked up alongside the obelisk, alongside the keystone. They have all of that stashed away along with Cortana, which he's using to psychologically probe and torture her. God, he's such a bastard. At the end of the day, too, he knows the attack is coming. He knows Chief is right, and he continues to push this narrative, you know, running these simulations, trying to see if he can do this with the resources they have without pushing their boundaries. But he sent Cobalt team out on a hunch, knowing what John knows, but making sure that John doesn't know that he's following up on this anyway. They haven't reported back in, and he's covering that up. Now they're going to go check on them. I wonder what they're going to find. Probably not a surviving Cobalt team. That's probably for damn sure. He's trying to assess the situation with Cortana having to run these simulations about their success rate, the chances of being attacked, and what their survival chances are. And it's not looking good. But he's not telling anybody. Of course it's not going to look good if you're not telling anybody. Are you just going to like sit back and take it? I know he doesn't want to cause a panic, but he's setting up a massacre. I'm curious to see how this is going to unravel in this version of events, but I like the setup. I like what they were doing with that. On the second time through, his irrationality is making more and more sense. It's still a departure from the Chief I was going to say in the comics, because I'm so used to dealing with comic book shit, from Chief in the games and in the novels and stuff like that. Again, this is a very, very different Chief. This is a wholly different arc. This is a wholly different personality, wholly different, pretty much everything outside of he wears Mjolnir armor. That's pretty much it. So, like, I kind of got to look at it from the lens of what this Chief is doing, and sometimes I do kind of get stuck in that headspace and be like, oh, why are you acting the way you are? You know, when he could have been validated, and I don't know if it would have mattered knowing that Ackerson already knows, but that whether or not Perez would have backed up his story. You know, the insanity of it and kind of being in that situation about where she's questioning her own memory or about whether or not she should even say anything at all because it sounds insane and she doesn't want to be labeled like that. Something like that could ruin your career. But at the same time, she's dealing with this survivor's guilt and this fact that, you know, she heard something on the radio. They knew something was out there even though they couldn't see it. So she's got this guilt she's carrying around with her and doesn't know exactly what to do with it. And Chief, honestly, he was brutally honest about it. It doesn't get better. It just gets further away. I did like that little exchange. You know, I did like this slow build up to everything at the end. Again, lots of questions about how McKee survived. You know, I was reminded because I forgot. For whatever reason, I thought my memory is what it is. This show, it feels like it's been forever since we watched season 1. Obviously, I wasn't a huge fan of the first season, so it probably plays a part in why I didn't get this right. But for whatever reason, I thought she got shot in the head. She actually got shot like almost dead center in the chest, like right in the heart area. So, I mean, Kai could have missed her heart. They could have a way of replacing her heart. It is the Covenant. It is a sci-fi futuristic space fantasy, so who knows? There's a number of ways around that. Obviously, another route, she could possibly be a clone. I don't know. Maybe she's got an evil twin. I don't know. But with us lingering on that, her about to touch that artifact rather than actually seeing her make the connection, we gotta wonder why she spared Chief. So I got 2 theories about why she may have let Chief survive. One of which is, if she is a clone, maybe that connection that she has to these artifacts did not carry over. It's not something you can clone. So it's something only the original had. So maybe they need Chief alive because he's the only other person that can activate these obelisks, these keystones, these artifacts. The second thing is this is McKee and she has feelings for him. Obviously, it's just sympathy. It's that connection that they shared in the first season and she just doesn't want to kill him. Speaking of other things, the Kwan storyline, again, the whole side quest with Madrigal, with Soren, with Kwan, I do not care. I did not care. And I still don't care. Once those kind of come to a point where everything converges, maybe I will. Obviously, she had these visions. She went on this thing, and she's got this information where she's kind of mapping out what she remembers from what she saw on Madrigal, given that the monitor, the well, the portal was destroyed. I mean, to be fair, who knows? You know, when you glass a planet, it doesn't necessarily cleanse it altogether. Every person might be dead, every living organism might be dead, but sometimes structures do survive and remain. So maybe that well is still there. Maybe they can go back to Madrigal and access or to utilize it or investigate it. No idea. I'm not exactly sure what her purpose is at the moment. She's just kind of this thing that's up in the air. It also makes it hard to connect because we don't know what happened to her these last 6 months. Obviously, with Soren having lost power here on his rock, you know, she was under his protection. So without him and with his family seemingly weakened in their status, I guess she got served up as an indentured servant in his stead. She's trying to fight her way out of that situation. And then, of course, she's kind of trying to remember everything that she saw in her visions on this wall. It looks like a star map she's kind of painting in with this face. And, you know, like looking back at it, like I'm trying to figure out what that is. But going back to her statement at the end of the last episode, talking about an ancient old monster that predates your god or anything like that, it makes me wonder if she's talking about Gravemind, if she's talking about the flood. In the moment, I thought it kind of looked vaguely like a Sangheili face, but coming back through it, and I saw somebody mention it in the comments as well and kind of echo that same sentiment, and that's kind of where I'm potentially leading, because especially if you played 2 and 3, Gravemind loves to quote gods. So that would be an interesting route to go if they do, if that is what they are setting up. Which makes me wonder if we will be on the ring sooner than we think. Or is that going to be a season 3 thing? I don't know. These upcoming events and how that transpires is a huge stepping stone to the ring. It just depends on if we are going to drag that out the entire season, this encroachment, this ensuing battle that is to come, or if we're going to address that at the midway point and we'll be on the ring before we close out the season. I will say, the first time through, wasn't a huge fan of the Cortana redesign, especially after having gotten used to the original one from season 1. I saw in an interview that the only reason they changed this was that the new showrunner just wanted to make like a solid indicator that this is a new start, and he wanted to do that first by changing Cortana's design to be like, this is where eyes came in. So that was it. So like initially it is very jarring, and obviously there's that uncanny valley look about her, but I will say the second time through, it didn't bother me as much. I'm just going to have to get used to it, just like I did with the first one. I will say though, just outright initially, wasn't a huge fan, especially when we saw her in the trailer, and when I first saw her in the episode, definitely wasn't feeling that vibe. A little more on board after the fact, but we'll see how that whole thing unfurls. One thing I will say about the Kwan stuff that I did really like was that entire parkour chase sequence. That was really well done, well shot. The choreography there and the set piece was a lot of fun. And then her kind of Aladining through the kind of shop market kind of area and then down into the innards where she ejected roided up Howard Stark and then took out the other guy. I still have no idea how she got that little thing all the way in his head like that. That was a fun little sequence. I really, really did actually enjoy all of that. Outside of that, no word of Soren, no idea what's going on with him. And McKee is on the planet. Chief is heading out with his team to investigate what happened to Cobalt Squad. I am hoping that elite that is with McKee, the one that Chief called out as being the leader when he was describing the situation to Ackerson back, I think in the first episode, when he was talking about how did you know he was the leader? I just know. I was like, I am hoping that that's Thelvadam. I do hope that is the Arbiter, because I really want them to set that character up, because honestly, he should be our lens on the other side. So I would love for them to set him up, and this is a great way to do that, because his trajectory is really fun, and that would make a very great bit of television. Now, it would be much more expensive having him as a primary character, but I really feel like if you want to do this whole thing justice, that is the best route to go. I think maybe McKee might be a vehicle to do that, but for the long term, I want to see Thel. I do want to see the Arbiter eventually seated in here, and I'm hoping that's who we're seeing. But guys, I'd love to hear from you all. What did you guys think of this episode? So sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you got a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, York, Scott, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Justin Smith. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.